All right, next game we got the Los Angeles Rams at the San Francisco 49ers. The hurting San Francisco 49ers, but getting healthier 49ers. So I think it's a little too early to count the 49ers out. I know last week that was an embarrassing loss to the Dolphins, but Garoppolo wasn't healthy. Raheem Mostert wasn't healthy. George Kittle, I mean, they were all coming back from injuries, all half banged up, at not 100%. I think it's a little too early to necessarily count the 49ers out. But the Rams are favored 3.5. The over/under is 50.5. That's a tight over/under. I don't know on that one. I want to say over on that. I'm just going with life too short to bet the under. Let's just go over. Let's really, because it's going to be right around there. I'm going to say it's going to be over just because, fuck it. Why bet the under? You know, why? No, I mean, I don't know. It's in today's throwing league, I feel like the unders are limited, but this could be a game. I guess you could see it. I could see 24-21 or something low, but it's the Rams offense is high flying. I think they're going to score at least 30, so I think the over will be comfortable here. And the Rams offense is doing great. Robert Woods had a great game again. Cooper Kupp, so it feels like either Robert Woods does great or Cooper Kupp does great, and they switch off. So maybe Cooper Kupp will do great this week. That's so tough to predict. I almost stay away from them. And besides games where I know they're going to score a ton, I stay away from them in daily fantasy. If you're in season long, yeah, you're starting Robert Woods every week. You're starting Cooper Kupp most likely. So, but unless I know they're going to score in daily fantasy, it's so tough to see. It feels like one or the other goes off, and you got a 50-50 chance, and it's just tough gambling right there. That's like the roulette table, and I never had too much luck there. Anyways, I just think here, though, the 49ers were counting them out because of how injured they are. Like someone said, they're the 29ers because half their team's injured. I mean, it's true. They're just all injured. They lost their starting quarterback, their best receiver, their best 2 or 3 receivers, their starting running back. I mean, they lost everyone. Their best defensive players out for the year, Nick Bosa. I mean, it's a rough year for them, and this is the same. They did this happened to them 2 years ago or so, where they lost all their players. So this happens to the 49ers quite often. When Garoppolo tore his ACL or whatever, they either lose all their players in injury or they go to the Super Bowl lately. So this year, I guess, is an injury year. But for some reason, I just think after that disappointing loss last week to the Dolphins, where they were still getting back from injury, they got another week to heal up, get healthier, practice together. I like the 49ers to pull an upset here in a California matchup. Everyone's psyched. I like the 49ers to pull this upset for some reason. Once again, just working off instinct, how I feel it's going to go. They have too much pride, and they're going to show, we're not the team that just lost to the Dolphins. We're the Super Bowl challenging team. They're going to want to show that. And if Garoppolo has any, inspiration and motivation to his team, he should hype them up, and he should want to prove people wrong. So, I mean, hopefully he comes out with some spirit and, wanting to prove his reputation after that loss. That was a miserable loss to the Dolphins. That was not good. That was ugly. So they're just going to want to prove people wrong that, hey, we're not terrible. We're just injured, but now we're healthy. Maybe we make a run at the playoffs. I mean, if they falter here, their season's over, pretty much. It's pretty much like they either win this game or their seasons, they could pretty much start calling it a wrap. I know it's only 2-4 if they lose, but still, it's just they're too tough, and too tough of a division they're in. I mean, they got the Seahawks. They're too tough. The Rams are playing well. I just think the Rams here, could see a letdown game. They could get too cocky themselves. I see the 49ers winning this. I'm going with instinct. 49ers win this and cover. But on the 49ers side, I like Raheem Mostert is coming back fully healthy now. I kind of like Raheem Mostert. I liked him at the beginning of the year. Really liked him. I think he bounces back here. I think he'll be a value pick in daily fantasy. He'll be cheap. Look into him. I'm just saying the Rams aren't that good at stopping the run. I'm just saying. So, they're more vulnerable, against the pass, it seems, this year, even though you got Jalen Ramsey as your one, so it's kind of like whoever's the two here, I bet, because Jalen Ramsey has been lights out this year. He doesn't get enough credit. He's kind of been quiet this year, or at least I haven't heard his normal shit talking all the time and everything, but he's been shutting people down. So usually here you go with the number 2 receiver and everything, but I don't even know who the number 2 receiver is on the 49ers. So I like George Kittle to bounce back here. I like the players to just bounce back. I like them to feed Raheem Mostert because of that, because they're more susceptible against the run than the pass. So I like them to feed Raheem Mostert. I like them to feed George Kittle. I like those 2 bounce back options there. And deeper than that on the 49ers, I mean, who do they got coming out there now? I mean, they're so injured at wide receiver. You thought Brandon Ayuk was going to blow up this year. He hasn't. He's starting to. I know he started to show some signs. So it's a crapshoot at the wide receiver for the 49ers. I don't know who to pick there, but is Goodwin back? Whatever happened to Marquise Goodwin? But yeah, I like George Kittle and Raheem Mostert for a bounce back week. I really do. I think that's going to be. They're both going to bounce back. They're going to play with that spirit and say, we're not done here. We're not giving up on our season. We're back. We're healthy. I like Jimmy Garoppolo to show he's got some pride in him. I know he does. He's made it this far, so he's a good quarterback. People just are forgetting right now. So I like that. I wouldn't start Jimmy Garoppolo necessarily. Maybe if you he might get you 20. But I like George Kittle to do very well and Raheem Mostert to have a great game. So pick them in daily. And on the Rams side, I mean, just your usuals. I stay away from Malcolm Brown and Darrell Henderson. I just stay away from that running back situation. I thought it was Darrell Henderson, and then Sean McVay switched it up on me and gave me Malcolm Brown again. So I completely stay away from that running back situation. Not doing it. And besides that, you're just starting your Robert Woods and your Cooper Kupp and, maybe your Jared Goff. But that's about it. Your usual suspects there for the Rams. So, I don't have to tell you to start Robert Woods or Cooper Kupp. And if you want to gamble on daily fantasy, someone's going to score, one of them. So go for it. All right, but not even an upset, but the 49ers win this one. Cover, win outright. Bet the over. Let's do it. Let's win, 49ers. Let's do this. Beat LA.